Now, my speech is divided into 4 areas. One, there will be a brief introduction. Second, I will be calling Professor Kiari Mwaura to do a small presentation on what we do as a county. 3, I'll be calling Meshak. He will take us through on some automation we do. Then finally, I'll now come back to give a substantive presentation on why we are here and what opportunities are there for everyone. Once I'm done with those 4 points, I'm done. And therefore, let me start with the first point, a brief introduction before I go to my presentation. This event has 4 main goals. Those goals are: 1, to market Murang'a County. You know, assume there are 2 persons, person A and person B. They are selling motor vehicles. Person A does not speak. He keeps quiet. Person B speaks. You'd imagine the second person who does the marketing will sell his vehicle. So today, whether there will be deals signed here or not, we believe we will have marketed Murang'a County as an investment destination. We believe without marketing, people will be attracted to this county. They will even do private deals, maybe even Murang'a County properties. The land, the plots, the produce like avocado and other things, they'll get some markup by mere fact that we held this conference today. So therefore, you just coming here, we are happy. We have achieved objective 1. Objective 2 is, we hope, once we show you what we have, you will come and invest and you will pay us some revenue. And therefore the county will get money. If we don't do that, we will be compelled to add more taxes to Murang'a people. But now it's like we are opening a new revenue stream without us now telling Murang'a people, pay more market fees, pay more single business permit, pay more liquor license, and therefore, at the end of the day, whatever opportunity will show you, if you agree to them and you decide to put your money, now we will have made Murang'a County own source revenue to increase and therefore enable us do more in Murang'a County. The third, and I think the most important reason, we believe your investment in this county, they will create jobs. We all know how our relatives, our brothers and sisters, particularly young graduates and young people, they are always pushing us, how can I get employment? Creating employment is one of the very hard thing any government can deliver. But governments don't create jobs per se. It is very impossible for us to tell young people, come join county government of Murang'a to get jobs, because that then will mean our wage bill will expand and it will reach a point it will be unsustainable. Jobs are created by private sector, you persons who are here. Let me give you an example for you to understand. Look at Nairobi Central Business District. How many buildings there are owned by either national government or Nairobi city government? Maybe 5%. 95% of all those shiny buildings you see in Nairobi, it is private people who came with ideas. They decided to put up all those shiny offices and buildings. What government did is only to provide water, infrastructure, and such. And therefore, when we look at you here, investors, you are the people to create jobs for Murang'a people. And therefore, us is to create an enabling environment to give you what can we do, what incentives can we do, so that you come here, you put your money, and you create jobs for Murang'a people. The other goal at the end of the day of this is the idea of creating backward linkages. What do I mean? I mean, manufacturing is the most important sector in job creation and creating backward linkages. Here I mean benefits that accrue beyond the direct jobs that an entity can have. An example, if you put up an avocado factory in Murang'a, you not only create direct jobs, but you also enable the farmers who have several avocado trees in Murang'a, their value to go up. The same in coffee, mangoes, let's say even sunflower, or any other produce that is produced by Murang'a people. And therefore, if you come here and you tell us you have this idea, you have this capital, we will give you that opportunity in our investment opportunities. You help create those synergies. I think let me also welcome CS Lance Wahome. She's here with us. Clap for her. She is our daughter, and she is also very important in this journey of creating a good environment for investors. So let me now go to point number 2. Professor Kiari Mwaura, please come do a brief illustration on what the county has been doing, though this is not the core area of our focus today. Ours more is on investment. Karibu.
Thank you, Your Excellency, the Governor of Murang'a County. All protocols observed. My name is Professor Kiari Mwaura, the CCM Finance and Economic Planning of Murang'a County Government. Today is a great day for Murang'a County, and it's also a great day for the investors, whether from Murang'a or from outside. As we guide investors for the next 2 days, as we guide you on where and how to invest in Murang'a, I want to spend just a few minutes to tell you what we have done in the last 3 years to make Murang'a ready for investment. As you know, sustainable investment does not happen in a vacuum. There are key drivers to investment, and when those drivers of investment are missing, the investment, however big you might make, you find it doesn't succeed. So one of the key investment drivers is a human capital. And if you look at the screen that you have, the graph that you have on the screen, you see the important role the human capital plays in driving investment. Human capital, by human capital we mean the economic value of the knowledge, the skills and experiences that each person has, the economic value of that. If that is missing, or if that is affected negatively, you find that investment does not grow, development does not come in. So what are the key components of this human capital? The reason why I'm giving this is to this background is just to show you that this human capital, being so important as a driver of investment and the economy, it has been the driving force behind what we have been doing to transform Murang'a in the last 3 years. So if you break down the human capital, you'll see that there's an element of education, the skills that a person has. There's also the element of health. You might be very skilled, but if you are not healthy, you find that you are not productive. There is also the element of entrepreneurship. It is entrepreneurship combined with the human skill that creates innovation. If that is missing, you find that the innovation will not happen. and therefore there will be no growth in terms of investment and development. There is also the other element, as the governor has said, the role of government, and also the inequality. You find that as a government, if we don't address inequality, then you find that the people who are disadvantaged are not able to contribute effectively to the growth of the economy. That's when you look at our education system, as I'm going to say later on, sometimes we do focus a lot on the day schools. And the reason for this is because those people who are attending day schools are more disadvantaged than the people who are going to boarding schools. So in essence, when we focus on them, we try to bring about equality between the people. So very, very quickly, this has been the driving force. And I remember every time we go to the county assembly to present our budget, the chair of finance of the county assembly is always very keen to ask us, what is the logic behind your budget? And the logic behind our budget for the last 3 years has been the growth of the human capital. Starting with the first one, I'll just show you just a few interventions, some interventionist approach that we have put in place to make sure that the economy of Murang'a is growing and that the people of Murang'a are ready for investment. Because if the people are not ready, then however much you pump in terms of investment, that investment will not grow. So the first element is health. We just go to health, the next slide. We have health. The key flagship project on health that we have is the Kang'ata Care program. This Kang'ata Care program is a very targeted insurance scheme for the vulnerable in society. So far, we have identified 40,000 households who get a medical card, insurance card, which is completely free of charge. And if you consider that one household has 4 people, 40,000 times 4, we have covered 160 persons in Murang'a. Comparing that with the population of the county, we have a population of 1 million people, so then we have covered 160. So that is about 16% of the entire population of Murang'a has got this free insurance cover. And so as we continue increasing the allocation in our budget, we are going to see that very soon we are going to be able to cover 50% of the entire population of Murang'a, and probably in future we can be able to raise that to 100%. So the key benefits they also get outpatient care in contracted health facilities. It also comes with free optical and dental care in government and private facilities. And in addition to that, if a person in that household dies, the family is able to get $100 as last expense benefit, so that the roles that are being played by the person who has passed on, the family can be able to cover with that. So we are doing this to make sure, as I say, that our people are healthy. If they're not healthy, even if we bring industries to Murang'a, there will be no people to work in those industries. So that's why the focus on health is very critical to us, to make sure that Murang'a is investor ready. As you come, our people are healthy and we'll be able to work in those factories. In addition to providing the Kang'ata Care card, we have also continued to improve the infrastructure of our hospitals. We have new health facilities which are geared towards easing the pressure that we have on the Murang'a Level 5 Hospital, which at the moment takes care of 1,500 patients in a day. So we have built hospitals in different places, including Nyakianga, in Madhioya, Kagema, Maragua, Murang'a, Kandara, Level 4, Kirwara, Level 4, Kenneth Matiba, Level 5, and Kenneth Matiba is going to be located in the Makeji area. For those people who are going to visit there tomorrow, you'll see it as you enter the EPZ and the SEZ zones. In addition to the infrastructure of the hospital, focusing on the brick and mortar, we have also moved to the digital space, and we have introduced telemedicine, which allows our patients, our residents, wherever they are, whichever corner of Murang'a they are in, they don't have to travel. They don't have to spend a lot of money on bus transport to access a top medical doctor in Murang'a town. They can access that doctor within the confines of their village through a screen. So we have those telemedicine facilities in all the sub-counties that we have in Murang'a County. So it allows for that very close interaction with the doctor, and the doctor is able to provide prescription. Once they provide prescription on the screen, we make sure that our health facilities in the villages are stocked with sufficient medicine for any patient. And this is becoming one of our greatest innovations in health, because people are feeling they are able to save. Because we could see in the past, a person could actually fail to go to a hospital and probably sometimes even die because they cannot afford 200 shillings, 100 shillings for bus fare to go to Thika or to go to Murang'a, to go to Keno. So this has really helped. So the telemedicine facilities are in every sub-county. Idhanga is there, Gatanga is there, Kadara is there, Kegumo is there, and Kiharu, Kahuro, Kangema, Mathioya, each and every corner of the county, they have that telemedicine facilities. As you've said, we have also continued, apart from building the level 5 and the level 4 hospitals, even the health centers, we are also building them. We have done one in Ihigaine, in Bare Ahiti, in Dhoita, in Gatito, Kandara, in Karurumo, Kangema, in Gakoyo, Kegumo constituency. As I said in the beginning, the other program that we have, apart from health, is a smart city program. As we invite investors to come to Murang'a County, we are telling them, once you produce your goods, we need to have ready and efficient and working towns or city centers where those goods can be sold. And therefore, as you can see there in the picture, we are targeting rehabilitation of our town centers. You can see the road there, the way it was looking in one of the town centers before, and the way it is today. So we have completed these smart city programs to make our towns efficient and ready for business in Maragua constituency, Gatora in Gatanga, Kabati in Kandara, Kangare in Kegumo, Murang'a Town, Keharu, Kangema in Kagema constituency, Kireaine in Mathioya, Kahatia in Keharu, Kaguku in Gatanga constituency. And also Gasharage in Kandara, Kanyanyaine in Kangema, Zabka in Keno, Kamune in Mathioya, Kablos also happening in Murang'a Town. Apart from now making our towns more efficient and working and friendly to investors, we have also made targeted interventions in the area of agriculture. As we said, for investment to grow, entrepreneurship needs to be encouraged. And that's why we have really targeted on agribusiness. So because we asked ourselves, what is it that we can do to empower our farmers to actually boost their business, their agribusiness, so that they can benefit, they can afford school fees, they can afford hospital bills where they are not covered, they can afford a good standard of living. So we have done targeted intervention in agriculture through this program that we call the Inua Mkulima Subsidy Program, which initially it is targeting milk and mango farmers, and we target farmers who are in cooperative societies. The farmers are issued with Inua Mkulima smart card, which is loaded with 2,400 shillings every 3 months. So you get a smart card, and that smart card is loaded with that money without fail every 3 months. And what we have done, we have made sure that we have a fund. We thank the County Assembly for passing that registration. We have a fund when we requisition money from the National Treasury, we are able to keep that money in that fund to make sure that our farmers don't suffer. Even if the year closes by June, the money in the account remains in the account for the benefit of the farmers. So once a farmer has this card with 2,400, they can also use this card to buy different items in agrovets that we have registered with us. And the agrovets, they can sell to them seedlings, animal feeds, mineral salts, for example. They can also buy foodstuffs like rice, maize, wheat flour, cooking fat. And sometimes they might opt to even pay school fees using that card for their secondary school education, as well as payment of hospital fees. To empower our farmers effectively also, we have encouraged investors like yourself who are coming to invest in Murang'a to enter into contract farming with our farmers, where you provide seedlings, the farmers grow the seedlings, and they get a very ready market for the produce. We have done that with East African breweries, where we do contract farming for sorghum. Initially, we distributed seedlings, sorghum seedlings, to 2,000 farmers. And once they grow, East African breweries is able to buy sorghum at 48 Kenya shillings per kilo. And we are saying, because this has been very successful in sorghum with East African breweries, there's no reason why this cannot be replicated in other value chains, including simsim, including wheat, including cotton, where it can grow in Murang'a. This can be replicated in all the other value chains, the contract farming, because it's very beneficial to the farmer, because the farmer gets an assured guarantee of the price and also the market. So the farmers' take-up is very good. Also on agriculture, we have introduced the maize and fertilizer distribution program, where we first registered 57,000 farmers, and we gave them free maize and fertilizer, which is sourced from trusted sources, Simlo seeds, and also Carlo. Each farmer gets 2 kilos of maize seeds, 8 kilos of planting fertilizer, and 8 kilos of top dressing fertilizer. So, and once they grow that maize, which is doing very well now with the rains that we are having, we have also entered into contract agreement with Joy Millers, the millers of Kavagara, wheat flour, where they buy every sack of maize, they buy from our farmers at 3,500 shillings per sack. So farmers, when they are growing this maize, they are sure that that market is there, and they are sure of the price. The other intervention that we have made to make Murang'a ready for investors and to boost our human capital in Murang'a is intervention in the area of education, especially in the early childhood development education, the ECD. As you know, scientists tell us that 90% of a human brain is formed between the age of 0 and 5. So if you don't make the right intervention when the child is young, you disadvantage that child, and you negatively contribute to the development of the human capital in the county. So we have that very targeted program where kids in all the ECD centers, we give them uji, porridge, every day. Every day they get uji, and that uji that they get is uji that is fortified with vitamin A, so that it can boost the development of the brain of the child. So it is working very well. 42,000 kids in our 700 ECD centers are benefiting from that. And we are doing this because we know once we invest in those children and their human capacity becomes great, these are the people who are going to support the industries that are coming to Murang'a County. These are the people who are going to be drivers of the economy when you and me are long gone. We also have, apart from the feeding program in nursery schools, targeted bursary schemes for our children in high school. We have the Nyota Zetu program, and the others that are on the other screen. But yeah, we have the award bursaries, we have the best people bursaries. We also recognize people with disabilities. We support them with bursaries. University bursaries also we offer to the students who are entering university for the first time. And the critical one and the very popular one is the Inua Masomo program, where we target, as I said in the beginning, to address the inequality that is there between the kids who are able to go to boarding schools, they are able to sleep in dormitories, they are able to avoid working in the farms when they are studying, as opposed to the kids who are in day schools, who are really disadvantaged. So to address that inequality, we came up with this Inua Masomo program, which focuses on kids who are going to day schools. And the way it works is that every person from 2, from 3, and from 4, every child or every student who is able to make it between number 1 and number 10, they get their fees paid fully by the county government of Murang'a. And the beauty of this program is that there's no corruption, because there's no one who can interfere with that listing between number 1 and 10. And so it also creates a lot of competition, because if a child knows, if I become between number 1 and number 10, all my fees is going to be paid for that term, the competition that we are seeing in the schools is very immense, because no one wants to be dislodged from that position of 1 to 10. And the one who miss it, they are always yearning to get to that 1 and 10 position. So it creates a lot of very healthy competition in schools, which in essence or in turn improves our educational standards. That's a Inua Mkulima program. The other innovation that we have done to make all this program run well is because every time we are making a budget, every year we are making a budget, we always find that the budget we get from the National Treasury is not sufficient to take care of all these programs. And therefore, we have really targeted on enhancing our own source revenue to make sure that we get enough money to be able to support all these programs that I've talked about. And you find that by the time we took over government 3 years ago, the highest revenue that the previous administration had raised was actually 520 million per year. Within 2 years, we were able to raise that from 520 to 1.1 billion. And this has been very useful in helping us to support all those programs that are making Murang'a ready for investors like yourself. And the strategies that have really helped us in boosting our revenue collection is, of course, one is automation. I'll just give you one example. In one of our key hospitals, Murang'a Level 5 Hospital, once we took over government, they were collecting 70,000 a day. Today, through automation, they are now collecting 400,000 a day, from 70 to 400,000 a day. So we are making sure that that automation is really working, and apart from automation, we are also monitoring very closely. Anytime we see a dip in revenue from one unit, we are able to follow up and ask questions. Last month, you were able to collect so much. Last month, you were able to collect so much. This month, it has gone down. What has happened? So we're able to follow up and know. Because as you know, for those in business, once you fail to monitor, you can find yourselves in very, very big problems. For those who are born around 1995, you remember the case of the Baringo Bank of the UK, which employed a very young CEO by the name Nick Leeson. Nick Leeson became the head of Baringo Bank in Singapore. And when Baringo Bank failed to install sufficient internal controls within the bank, Nick Leeson was able to get away with a lot of fraudulent, unethical trading in Singapore that ended up collapsing the entire bank. He ended up serving 4 years prison sentence in Singapore, and the entire bank collapsed because of the failure of having sufficient internal controls. So the same thing with our revenue system. We are saying if we don't monitor and look at what was happening last month and the previous 6 months, then we can find ourselves in a lot of problems, and all the projects and the programs that are supporting innovation within the county and transformation, they can actually fail because of lack of that monitoring. So that has been very helpful. Moving on to a different intervention that we are making is intervention on Murang'a Youth Service. We know our youth are our future. The youth are very critical in helping us to grow the economy. So we have a program. Once we came into government, we realized that there were so many people, young people who are unemployed, and we could not absorb all of them into the county government. They kept asking us, how can I get a job in the county? So we could not absorb everyone. So what we did, we came up with a program, an innovative program that engages the youth, the young people, and also empowers them to get skills so that they can be able to use those skills in business or get employment elsewhere. So every 3 months, we employ 1,050 young people that we recruit in every ward. Every ward gives us 30 young people. We have 35 wards. So 30 times 35, we get 1,050 every 3 months. And what we do, once we recruit them, and we recruit them through a very fair process. Again, to avoid corruption, they do balloting. Every ward, we just mark 30 papers, yes, 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 and the others no. So whoever is lucky and whoever picks a yes becomes recruited automatically into the program. So there's no chance of anyone, even myself, I cannot influence anyone to get into that program in my ward. So no one can do that. So it's a very fair and efficient system. So once they get in, for 2 months, they help to clean our towns. They help our towns clean for 2 months. And during those 2 months, they get paid 400 shillings a day, with 300 shillings going to the student, young person, and 100 going to the parent. And the reason why it goes to the parent is to make sure that a parent is also a very key stakeholder in this journey of the child, including being able to wake up that young man or that young girl to go to work in the morning. So they also feel part of that program by getting that 100 shillings a day when the young person is getting 300 shillings. So it's working very well. And then after the 2 months, 1 month, the last 1 month, we take them to the village polytechnic where they get skills, including they learn plumbing, they learn tiling, they learn about electricity and all those kind of skills, dressmaking, bakery. And after they finish, we do a graduation for them. And once they graduate, we give them 15,000 shillings per graduate to be able to start a business. So that's how we empower the people. And we are lucky and happy to say some of our partners, including Kakuzi, have actually promised, and Del Monte have promised to actually be recruiting some workers of their factories from graduates of this program. So we hope that as we create more partnerships, we shall be able to create more opportunities for the young people who are graduating from this program. In addition to that, we have interventions. We are doing a lot of solarization in our county projects, including our hospitals. Our boreholes are solarized. And the reason why we are doing solarization is because we realized that we are paying a lot of money to Kenya Power and Lighting. In 1 month, sometimes we find ourselves paying, or let's say 1 year, we find ourselves paying 70 million per year to Kenya Power. So to be able to reduce that bill, that's why we are doing solarization, so that the bill can come down. And that money, instead of going to Kenya Power, it can actually go to the projects that we've talked about, including health, youth, agriculture, and the other programs that we have. The boreholes, we have finished boreholes in different areas, in Yakarego Primary, Getugi, Kangema, Mugoro Ward, Mudhidhi, Medine, in Mokoyo, Bogoine, Kahumbu, Nanga, in Mitubiri, Kangure, in Gaturi, Dhogororo, in Kemorori Ward. So those are the completed ones. Mutito Primary School, Mehango, Kagodoine, in Kagodoine Ward, Kitoni. Yeah. Finally, the last one is the intervention that we are making to make sure that as we support our farmers to be savvy in agribusiness, we also saying we recognize or we are cognizant of the fact that they need modern structures where they can do their trade. So we have constructed markets in different places, like Kabiti in Maragua, Ishishi in Kangema, Kehoya, Kangema, Karure, Kegumo, Kandara, in Kandara constituency, Getuge, Kehubuine market, we have done Kabros, Mununga in Kegumo, Kamune in Madhioya. So I think with that, you get a snapshot of the intervention that we have made to make sure that as you come to invest in Murang'a, our people and our localities and our towns and our thinking is ready for you as investors. So with those few remarks, Governor, I think I will stop there. I'll just make an announcement. Kindly request the owners of the following vehicles to move them to facilitate the arrival of the President, the Chief Guest. Vehicle number KDA 596V, Mercedes-Benz, KDA 596V, KDA 246V, Toyota double cab, KDS 111U, Toyota, KD 1515, Nissan, GKB 445M, Prado, KCC 235K, Fielder. Asanteni sana for listening.
Yeah, allow me to explain why Professor is giving examples about UK. He was a university lecturer at UK. And we are very happy he came back to Kenya. He studied at Njiri's High School, which is one of the most decorated secondary school here in Kigumo. He went to do law, University of Nairobi. He did masters in UK. He did a PhD in UK. He became a professor in UK. He was a visiting professor of Harvard, but he came back to Kenya and he decided to become a CEC of finance in Murang'a County. So allow me now to call another young man called Meshach. Meshach, when the county government came into being, we decided that we must make the idea of business, making business easy, operations in this county. And there is no better way to do that than to automate. Several entities tend to buy automation externally. And that tends to be very expensive, to buy a software. But Murang'a County did the opposite. We went to the university. We got young talents of computer scientists. These are the Gen Zs of today. He is a 27-year-old computer scientist, and he has helped us make Murang'a quite automated, together with other young engineers, software. I don't know whether they are here, those young people who work under Meshach. If you are here, please come. I would like to introduce you because we are very proud with the work you have done. You have saved this county a lot of money. Please come. Those who have been helping us do this software engineering department. Some of the software they are developed, in fact, they have been so sophisticated that some of us or some of our colleagues have resisted because they are too complicated. So allow me to introduce these young people who have been behind the automation journey. You introduce your name and you say what solution you have done, then Meshach will give a detailed example of each. So I'll start with the rest. Come. You say which one you are involved in developing.
My name is Preston Tall, software engineer. I work with Meshach.
From which university?
From the University of Moi University. Yeah, so I've done softwares just such as finance management system. There is lands management system, and also SBP, a single business management system. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Tony Kosgei, software engineer from Kabarak University. I work with the team, and together with Preston, we managed to do the revenue system, the single business permit, the procurement for the hospital, and many others. Thank you.
From which university?
From Kabarak University.
Thank you.
James Daiga from Kangema constituency.
From which university?
From University of Embu. We did human resource management system, Inua Mkulima dashboard, and we also did the voting applications that reward the best employees and the best department in the Murang'a County.
Hello everyone, my name is Edwin Mariti from KCA University. So the number of softwares I've done at the county include an attendance mobile application, a business mapping application, the job portal that the county is currently using, a meeting attendance form. There is the Murang'a Youth Service attendance portal, and a few more. Thank you.
So this young man is the one who came up with a portal where you put a software on your phone. If you are an employee, once you enter Murang'a County headquarters, it recognizes you are there working. If you get out, it reports to the governor. You are not there. So employees were mad when they heard that. But the only people I told they must have it, whether come rain, come shine, were the chief officers, because they are the engine. So I now know who is the most hardworking chief officer. Karibu Mesha.
Thank you, Excellency. All protocols observed. My name is Meshach Kipkorir. I might be wrong, but probably the youngest chief officer in Kenya. Thank you, Governor, for believing in me. So I would like to quickly take you through all our automations since the Governor got in office. What you see now is our single business permit portal. So the executive and also the revenue team could monitor the revenue as they come in real time using this dashboard. Also, our liquor license permit is people can apply via this portal. So you don't have to come to Murang'a to apply for a single business permit or a liquor license. From at the comfort of your home, you can apply, get approval, pay, and download permit from your home. The next portal is our another revenue dashboard, which we collect revenue via *267#. So in real time, you can see the number of vehicles parked in Murang'a town, the number of market traders, the number of trucks in our quarries, and so on and so forth. Real-time revenue from our hospitals, and also money collected via Kangata Care and Afya KE, which we'll show you later. Our next portal is now the Afya KE. Currently, you can see we have 5,146 patients across Murang'a. On the slide right, you can see common illnesses that have been diagnosed today. We can see that we have mainly pain joints across Murang'a town, but also you can filter per hospital and see the statistics in real time. We also use it to monitor drug stocks levels. We also use it to...
whoever is handling, go back to where we were. You have touched elsewhere. Where we were, not there. Not there, Afya KE. Not there. Anyway, I think it has gone, it's okay.
They can log back in, then when you logged in, you can come back here. Okay. The previous one. So this portal is our supplier portal. We use it to manage our FIF. As you know, there is a facility improvement funds that all money collected by hospitals retain in the hospital. So we use it to manage our procurement of gloves, non-pharmaceuticals, also milk, fuel from this portal. So all suppliers under framework contract can register and bid for tenders from this portal. Our next portal is the building land management system. So if you want a building plan approval, you can apply from your home also or from abroad, and it can take the due process and until you get a final approval stamped and signed without coming to Murang'a County. We also use it for development controls. Whenever they go for site visits, the physical planners, they do site visit control here. So if the building collapses somewhere, we can just come back to the portal and see the history of inspection. Our next portal is fleet management system. So it tracks all county vehicles. Of course, like any other institution, there may be cases of drivers going out to drinking with our vehicles. So if there is any case of disciplinary issue, we come back here and we can have an history of a vehicle back to when we installed it. So it can show you the route it took, how long they stopped at a certain place, and who's the driver. You can also switch it off remotely, and so on. So we are going to install, I think this coming financial year, a fuel tracking system where you can see the fuel level of vehicles real time. This is our HR system, also built by one of our colleagues who isn't here today. So leaves can be applied here, trainings, appraisals, all can be done via this system without needing to knock on Chief of Public Service Office. Next system is our meeting system. Whenever we have meetings, we upload our minutes here so that we centralize the documents here, and also who attended and who not. So Edwin was here, was the one who came up with this. Our next one is our also attendance dashboard. So this also supplements the other system. You can go to the other one. Also, this is our meeting system. We proceed. So this is our call center. We can see from morning we have had 213 calls, 125 were answered, 41% were abandoned. They have to explain why. Yeah, and so on. So we have issues from the public that are logged in this system. So in case of anything, we can go back to this system and check what are the issues and where, so that we address them. Our next one is our telemedicine portal, where we get to see bookings for facility. And also, you can scroll down a bit. We can also have summaries per the facilities so that we track. Okay, it has all information regarding telemedicine. But the telemedicine sessions happens on the FAK system, the one that logged out. Proceed. So this is the attendance app, the one where if you come in, the app detects that you're within the vicinity so that you log in. If you go out, it tells you you need to log out, and so on. Yeah. So we have quite a number of systems. I think next time we'll have time to take you through all of them, but thank you.
Yeah, I told you once we reach there, it will go off anyway. Thank you so much. Now, allow me to come to the main presentation of what Murang'a is offering. So, whoever is handling this, can you now go to the presentation? Because now this is the core of this conference. We are basically telling you what do we have for you, and in this county, what opportunities are there, how do you get them? And as whoever is handling this comes into being, you can also log in on www.murang'a.go.ke. You get all those documents. www.murang'a.go.ke. You'll get all those documents. So allow me to now go to the presentation. Yes. We scroll to the next page. We start here. First, why are we inviting manufacturers and industries? We have studied the world about economic development, and we have realized that there is no single country that has ever become rich without industrialization and manufacturing. The opportunities we had, those lands, We could have called in, let's say, people who want to do hotels, any other kind of investment, housing, it's okay. But for us as a county, we want to pivot directly into manufacturing for the obvious reason we know it is the only way to become rich in this world. Take, for instance, look at Korea on your left side. That's a satellite image of modern Korea. Korea is divided into two, North Korea and South Korea. Below there is South Korea at night. Up there is North Korea. Look at how dark North Korea is. Look at how South Korea is at night. So we want Murang'a, God willing, not now. Maybe our dream will take 10, 50 years, whatever. But we pray God, one day Murang'a becomes South Korea. Look at Shanghai in China in 1930s, how it used to look. The same modern Shanghai now. And you can see the common thread is manufacturing and industrialization. Next slide. Same way, Shanghai then and how now it looks. And you all know the manufacturing center of this world is China. So the point we are trying to drive is the centrality of manufacturing in economic development. Next. Now, this one, I don't know whether you're able to see. Every year, United Nations Development Program, they publish something called Human Development Index. It shows, it ranks countries from number 1 to number last, how well the citizenry of those countries are living. They look at several parameters, including life expectancy, how long on average do people of that country live in that country. Some countries averagely you live there for 50 years, then you die. Others like China and like Japan, the average life expectancy is almost 100 years. Several indicators, including health and education. We deliberately compared Human Development Index of Kenya with that of Bangladesh. On the yellow is Bangladesh, the green is Kenya. If you look at the bar down there, you will see in 1919, the year 2000, or even 2005, Bangladesh was poorer than Kenya. But in the year 2008, Bangladesh converged with Kenya and it started becoming richer than Kenya. Now you can see we are in the year 2025, Bangladesh is richer than Kenya. Why? Simple reason. The government of Bangladesh decided to position itself as the country for apparel making. And once they were able to do so, manufacturers who do clothes, they all went and invested there. That's how now in 2008 we converged, and now Bangladesh is a better country than Kenya. We believe if we pivot to manufacturing, Kenya will be richer than Bangladesh. Next slide. And okay, we all know conferences generally have not a very good name because people argue, people just come and talk. But allow me to persuade those who have a view why conferences are important. How else can you attract investors? You can sit down and wait for investors to trickle one by one. That will take ages. But you see, when you bring people together like we have done today, you pass the information faster, in a more aggregated manner, and therefore investors take decisions in a more faster way. So the conference is the idea of bringing the investor faster by bringing them together and disseminating that information in a more faster manner. So we therefore believe this conference is important in selling Murang'a as an investment destination. Next slide. So therefore, what are the objectives of the county, one of this conference? One is to showcase what investment opportunities we have in manufacturing, in health and technology. Two, we hope to attract private capital from local and international entities. Number three, we hope to provide a networking platform for investors and policymakers. And then finally, we want to build long-term partnership that create jobs and accelerate Murang'a County development. Next slide is the expected outcomes is that we will have onboarded local, foreign and diaspora investors. Two, we open Murang'a as an investment destination into the future. Three, we increase investor awareness and commitments in key sector. And finally, we strengthen public-private partnership. Before I go now to the main area, let me first go back and really emphasize on point number 4. Why the partnership between private and public is so important. I'm sure you can see this investment that we have done to hold this conference. It is capital intensive. If we had used resources from Murang'a County, it would have meant we redirect the resources from the UJI program for the young children to this. But we are happy to say almost 75% of all these resources used to hold this, they have come from the private sector. They have come from the private sector. You have paid to come here, 10,000 shilling minimum, VIP 30,000. The exhibitors here have paid us. The key sponsors have paid millions of money, and therefore we believe that if you want to save county from expending its own taxes, the best strategy is to get the private sector. And we are saying thank you for believing in Murang'a. And therefore, on that score, I have to really acknowledge our main sponsor, Equity Bank. We have other, can you clap for Equity Bank? Let me also mention Del Monte. We have Kakuzi. We have Jubilee Insurance, clap for them. We have Aga Khan Hospital. We have CBA Bank, we have Cooperative Bank, Lab Fund, Farm Limited, we have a Chinese company called Shandong Holdings, we have Family Bank, Amica, we have Fintrinet, we have CPF, we have DT Bank, Finsco, KTDA, Mamangena University, Metropolitan Hospital, Murang'a University, and Pioneer University. Clap for them. I hope I have mentioned everyone, because were it not for them, we would have used taxpayers' money, but you have found it fit to support us, and we do this. So let me now come to the opportunities. The first opportunity is Murang'a Industrial Park. This land was ceded to the county government of Murang'a by Del Monte. It is 1,300 acres. 500 acres we have donated to export processing zone. According to the understanding we have with EPZ, is that we can also market them, because to our own interest if they were to fill up that park. So therefore, if you're interested in doing export business, please talk to us or talk to EPZA, you will benefit. 2, the other remainder of that land is about 800 acres. Murang'a County Assembly passed what we call a master plan. That master plan indicates the opportunities that are there. And maybe I can show you the master plan. Can you highlight the master plan? It was there. No, there. Can you highlight it? So this is the master plan passed by the Assembly. That color there, the main color there, is it purple? So that is industrial zone. The 500 below, this other one there in the middle, now that is now the county-owned industrial zone for manufacturing. Up there then you will see other uses. There is the hospital area, what we are calling Medicity. We have also opportunities in commercial, and this land is very near from the Thika Greens. It is only 5 minutes from Thika town. We are very happy with the Ministry of Lands. They are about to give us the title document. There's a document I know very soon we'll get from the ministry and also National Lands. And therefore, if you take up this position, this land, you will definitely have gotten prime property that is near the Nairobi market. Next opportunity, continue. Yes, this number 2 is County Aggregation and Industrial Park, KAIP. This land is located at Zabka, Kabati. This land is already titled in county's favor, so this is very clean land. Already, we have some facilities there. There's a primary school that we gave to the area member of parliament, Mheshimiwa Maua. There's a nursery. We also put some tarmac there. And therefore, it was 35 acres. When you now exclude the primary school 6, you are left with 29 acres. We are putting sheds for about 10 acres. So the balance is also there. You can either choose to go to the sheds or to the other part which do not have sheds, and you do your self-development. Then number 3, we have the Gekono landfill. Now, the national government built the only landfill in East and Central Africa, in Murang'a. A landfill is different with a dump site. A dump site is where people pick waste, then they go and dump it in an open field. But a dump site is the opposite. You take waste, you segregate, you remove plastic, you do recycling, you remove metals, you do recycling. Then you are left with what we call organic, which can be turned into manure. You can also do value addition to that. Then the very last, you bury it and you put some sod, which then can help to even generate electricity and also gas. This is on a 50-acre piece of land. It's also near Kabati. It's, I think, 5 minutes from Kabati. Well serviced. The infrastructure has been developed. We are giving this opportunity to anyone who wants. Because at a certain time it had closed down. We are happy with what the farmers are doing, but we also think that if anyone is interested in partnering with the farmers, that can be an opportunity. Maybe we can take you and link up with the current management of the factory. You enter into some MOU in terms of helping that entity to upscale. That is an opportunity which we can help you link with the farmers who are currently managing that factory. That entity collects about 50,000 liters per day. So there is availability of the raw material. Number 5 are small and medium enterprises parks across the county. Small pieces of land which anyone interested in adding value can approach us. Number 6 is a cultural site. Let me give a caveat here, because we have received a petition from Wazes, the elders of this county, saying, you governor and the county government, are you trying to sell Mukro wa Nyagadanga? And our answer is no. And we are trying to tell our elders, think of Vatican. Those of us who are Catholics, we go to Vatican for spiritual nourishment. But as we go there, we leave dollars in the city of Rome. Those who are Muslims, they go to Mecca and they leave millions of shillings there. Those who are Christians, they go to Jerusalem and they see where Jesus walked. Surely, those of us who are Kikuyus, we all know we came from a place called Mukro wa Nyagadanga in Murang'a Kiharu constituency. We need to create value so that people can come there and dollars are left in Mukro wa Nyagadanga. That's the whole logic. We will ensure that investment does not negate our culture, does not negate our tradition, but is the right thing to do. We create value out of that cultural heritage. So, anyone interested, approach us, but definitely you will have a conversation with the elders of Gikuyu. Number 7 is an agricultural training center. This land measures about 140 acres. The county government, in its wisdom, gave about 50 acres to Murang'a University, but there is a remainder of about 90. We currently use it to teach agriculture courses. We also grow some tea there, but we feel maybe one of you here has an idea on what else can be done on that land. It's very rich. It is in the upper zone. KTDA, they think they have an idea. It's okay, but we are also open to any other investor who can come with an idea on how we can harness more value out of that land. Now, you have heard about the opportunities that are there. What are the steps if you're interested? So we have something called steps in investing. Number 1, fill up the attached expression of interest form. I don't know whether you delegates, you have it. Anyone with a form, can you raise your hand? There's a form that you are given when you are entering. Anyone who doesn't have a form, can you show us? You don't have that form. You are supposed to have that form. That form, I don't know who can come with it. I show you how it looks. So that form, you need to fill it. That form does not constitute a formal application of land or opportunity. No, it is not. It will help us get an idea what is the market saying, so that the day we will formally now invite you, we will recast our terms in a manner that captures your aspirations. So we really need you to give us your form, that you fill up that. It will help us understand what you want, so that when we do the formal process, we tailor make it in your favor. Number 2, once you fill that form, you can submit it online, www.murang'a.go.ke, or you deliver it physically to Murang'a County offices. But there's also our CEC, Mogo. Please, can you be upstanding? You can give to Mogo that form. And if you don't have it, Mogo will give you a copy of that form. Thank you. You can also send that form to that email, which is invest@murang'a.go.ke. Once you fill it, the deadline for filling it is on 14th of August 2025. Next slide. Next slide is the county will not demand any payment for filling that form. The county will review the form on or before 14th of September 2025. Then we'll initiate formal processes for investment consideration on or before 14th October 2025. What benefits do you get by filling it? It will mean we will then have a moral duty to notify you when we commence the formal processes. The terms and conditions of the actual opportunity will be communicated at that stage. Those terms include tenure of leases. For how long will the counties give you a lease? Amount of rent payable. And then we will onboard to finalize this process by 14th of December 2025 if all factors remain constant. Next. Now, allow me to take you through this form. Can you highlight the page A? Yes, that one. Now, that form has what we call category A, which are mainly know your customer points. That is the name of the investor, your physical address, such. Where do you work? How long? Nature of your business, the category of your business. Number B, okay, once you invest, how many jobs do you think you will create? It means the more jobs you create, the higher chance you have of us giving you the land. 2, backward linkages. It means your investment that you want to bring to Murang'a, how many backward linkages, let's say like farmers, who will benefit out of it. So if, for instance, you were to say, I'm an investor, I want that land to put an avocado factory, your chances of getting the land will go up. In comparison, let's say you say, I want to put a bullet factory, because bullets, so where do you get the raw materials from? But avocado, we know, it will be our Murang'a people benefiting. Number 3, you will have to tell us who is your financier, who is your banker. Why? We don't want money laundering in Murang'a. Yeah. And secondly, we will look at who is your financier. If it is a Tier 1 bank, we know you are a serious investor. But if we see you are the financial institution behind you is a bank that I will not mention, we will be very suspicious of your proposition. Number 4, you need to indicate how much money you intend to invest. And then you attach a very important document called letter of comfort from your bank. That means your bank needs to tell us, yes, we know this guy, and we know he is a customer of good standing. Without that, then you will have speculators coming to seek this opportunity. Number 5, you need to say which site. Number 6, what is the size of land do you need? Number 7, what incentives do you want from the county in terms of the prices, whatever. Of course, the higher price you give us, the better your chances. The less you give us, the lower your chances. Yes, you need to tell us whether you want undeveloped land or developed land. Why? We know of some entities that have said us we want to put up factories, but we want a developed warehouse. Indicate that. Number 8, which sector do you want to invest in? If you say you want to do agro-processing, your chance go high, because we have a strategic interest in developing agriculture. Number 9, when will you start to do the actual construction? If we give you the opportunity today, do you have the money to start tomorrow? If you say after 1 year, you have very little chance of getting the opportunity. But if you say, yes, I have the money tomorrow, your chances go up. Number 10, when will you complete building? That's also very important to us. We want this, the faster you do the investment, the better it is for us. Number 11, are you the actual investor or do you intend to sublease? Again, we are discouraging people who will get the opportunity and start selling. So we are interested more in the actual people doing the investment. Number 12, do you have interest in investing in private sector? There are some people here we think who may say, okay, for us, we do not want to do anything with the county. Us is, let's say, do you know of any entity that does export of mangoes? We can help you to link with them. Number 13, any other information that you might have. That ends there, and then you will sign. Now, let me finalize by stating some of the issues we have had, questions we have had in this journey. Question number 1 has been, what title document will you give us? Ownership document that will protect us in case you leave your position. Of course, I will not be the governor of Murang'a forever. So you need to have a legal document that protects your interests. You will get something called a lease. Something called lease. A lease will be registered by the Ministry of Lands. That's why we are really working closely with the Ministry of Lands, because they need to create what is called a register that anyone can go there and even inspect to show that lease exists. So therefore, number 1, you will get something called a lease. A lease is a legal document of having land, and it is registrable. Number 2, for how long? There's a law that was passed by Murang'a County Assembly called Murang'a Leases and Allotment Act. It said our lease maximum period is 30 years. I repeat, 30 years. Does that then mean after 30 years you are kicked out? Not necessarily so. Why? Under land laws, anyone who is possessing land has what we call preemptive rights of renewal of that lease, unless you have not built it. Number 3, a question has been asked, will you require people to develop immediately? Yes. We'll definitely give you a special condition of lease. You must develop within 1 year. Failure to that, the land reverts back to us. Number 4, how much how much will you ask this? That question again, you wait until we will put the official advert on or about September. But this is not free land. No, I'm sorry, this is not free land. You have to pay Murang'a County government money. We want that money, by the way. That money will be used to fund Inua Mkulima, I don't know, Smart City. So we really need that money. Yes, so there's some money. And therefore, the more you are willing to give Murang'a money, the more your chances of getting the land. So consider that. The other issue I've had in this journey has been, what incentives will Murang'a County government give to you, investors? They include, 1, there's a law that is pending before the Assembly where we are proposing to create a one-stop shop for all your approvals that will be done there. And therefore, that's an opportunity. The one-stop shop regulatory hand-holding. Also, we will consider waiving some fees. We are currently engaged with the Ministry of Trade and Investment to register this land at Del Monte as a special economic zone. Once that process ends, it will mean there will be tax benefits on that particular land. Finally, another question you have been asked is, will these investments that we'll put in Murang'a, is there any form of quarrel? No. Everyone is on board. Murang'a people want opportunities, and therefore we don't have any squatters there. This is a land legally owned by the county, and therefore this is land that is present for you, and therefore you are welcome in considering them. Today, you'll be taken through why invest in Murang'a, the opportunities in detail, one by one. Tomorrow, you will go to those sites physically, and then we'll have a golf tournament, and then that is it. Thank you.